Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot on a glorious Friday afternoon. I was absent yesterday attending a wonderful book launch and great fun. But I'm back at the tarot table today with the Housewives Tarot, Desperate Housewives Tarot, I like to call it. Might be a bit of a desperate housewife in the form of Meghan Markle. Because as some people prophesied when they saw the episode with the crying makeup artist in which Meghan made her own DIY bath salts for her guest Daniel Martin, people said, that could lead to trouble, that could lead to medical problems, health problems for people if they if they used unwise amounts of essential oils, for instance. And lo and behold, some weeks later we hear rumours, in fact not rumours, this is apparently true, that one of Meghan Markle's fans who did a home remedy, experimented, copied Meghan's recipe. There wasn't really a recipe, there was take some Epsom salts and quite large quantities of, I think it was arnica and lavender oil, and then chuck into your bath. And so not really instructions, no real quantities as far as I know. And really essential oils are quite potent. If you work with them, if you use them, they are quite potent. You do have to be careful around, particularly some of them. Particularly in certain circumstances, if you have certain health conditions, if for instance you're pregnant or whatever, they can be quite toxic. So no warnings on the With Love Meghan show, and this poor Meghan Markle fan who is diabetic followed the recipe for the bath salts and then suffered what she claims are catastrophic burns. And horrible pictures. I think Radar Online is where I saw this claim, this allegation. Really nasty looking burns for this poor girl. Robin Patrick is her name. She is diabetic, and she is now threatening Meghan and Netflix and Archewell with a lawsuit, a $10 million claim. Potentially, though she says she is open to negotiation, settlement, a financial settlement. She's very happy. Basically, in my words, she's happy to be paid to go away. Let's put it like that. Meghan Markle's lawyer has responded to this claim and said that there is no duty of care on Meghan or Netflix or Archewell, and that Robin Patrick should have read the warning on the Epsom salts packaging. Apparently, there is a warning on Epsom salts packaging for diabetics. And I had no idea about this. I went and looked at my Epsom salt in my house. There was no warning for diabetics on my Epsom salts. Various different packages, I have to say. In my house, no warnings. I went and Googled. I had no idea Epsom salts was dangerous for diabetics. Turns out it can be, not in the sense of catastrophic burns from what I have read, but it can mess with your blood sugar, the magnesium. It can dry your skin out and cause it to crack and then become infected. The foot bath kind of a thing, if you have feet that are afflicted with ulcers and stuff like that, not a good idea. Lots of diabetics have those kinds of issues. Didn't really seem to apply to what this particular person had gone through, in my inexpert opinion. But of course, we're going to have a look with the Desperate Housewives Tarot and see how serious this claim is. Some people are saying this might be a bit of a chance. I don't know. That is just what people are speculating. So we're going to look at the energy around that. That burns did look terrible. that were in the newspaper article that I saw, or the online article that I saw, Radar Online, did look very, very unpleasant. Burns that have turned sort of ulcerous and weeping and nasty, allegedly. And then we're going to see how Meghan feels about this. And then we're going to see how Netflix feels about this. And then we're going to ask what's going to happen. Outcome of this claim from Meghan's point of view. I don't know how protected she is by that great big Netflix umbrella. So we're going to have a look and see what's going on. And of course, we're going to remind you, this is tarot for fun and entertainment. All opinion, my opinion. It's all speculation. I just look at the energy around these kind of stories, these rumors and these claims, and see what tarot has to tell us. And then, of course, there is a disclaimer in the box below. So let's go. Let's see what is going on. We've got a conflict card here, the Five of Swords. And what is a legal claim but a conflict, a dispute? So we have a dispute. There we go. All those scissors snipping away. So I think we do have evidence energetically that there is an unhappy person around and a potential claim in the mix here. It hasn't been formalized as far as I can tell. It is simply a threat and pay me some money to go away. That's how it's reading to me. Let's see the heart of the situation. We've got the World, very successful card, something that needs to end successfully. And of course, the claimant would want a handsome payout, I'm sure, to go away and to end this story. And of course, Meghan is very much in the public eye. The World has acquired that energy for me in these royal readings. She's very much in the public eye at the moment because of her heavy push on social media and her heavy push on Netflix with this first 8 episodes. I think there were 8 of With Love Meghan. There are more coming, already recorded, and more coming, featuring apparently such people as Gavin Newsom and Kamala Harris. Fascinating that is going to be. But she needs a success. She's desperately in need of a success as well. So we've got 2 people who might be at odds, Five of Swords, who both need this to end well for themselves, or both need to look good maybe. So let's see, first of all, the claimant. How serious is this really, or is there anything a little bit off about this, as some people are speculating? We've got the Star, and it's in reverse, and that is a very serious card, because the Star is about hope and healing, and this is somebody who allegedly has quite serious autoimmune problems as well. And Star, as I say, is about healing, and it could also be that she was a fan of Meghan Markle. She does claim that she was a fan, and that's why she copied this recipe, tried it out at home. And then we have Star in reverse. Instead of healing, we have somebody who is now claiming that they have been quite badly damaged by this, and I would say no longer so much of a fan when that Star card is in reverse. But it's losing hope, losing faith, not recovering, not healing, and we can even read into that Star in reverse being harmed at some level that has given rise to this conflict. Five of Swords. So not a good card. It reads for me as if she is quite serious about her claim, as if her injuries, in my opinion, are quite genuine. That's how it's reading for me, and that is, of course, just me reading energy and expressing my opinion. How is Meghan feeling about this? So much bad news just recently. How about this? How's she feeling about it? Horrified, dismayed, or confident that she can make it go away? And we've got the Three of Cups in reverse. This is demoralizing for her. It's the happy party, celebrating, hanging out with friends or fans energy, the Three of Cups, enjoying the good times, and it's in reverse. Didn't expect this, didn't see this coming, which is quite amazing. If you're dispensing, it's not medical advice on a show, but you are cooking, and there were comments about the way her food was being stored in the fridge, that the food was being stored in an unhygienic manner. Some of her kitchen practices weren't necessarily that great. There's been constant comments about things like that, but now it's been escalated to the point of someone actually allegedly, again I will say, experiencing physical harm as a result of this. You can't just go in front of an audience of potential millions and not expect that something might go wrong somewhere along the way. Three of Cups in reverse. She didn't anticipate this kind of situation, in my opinion. Quite amazing. Also, in my opinion, how's Netflix feeling about yet more bad news from Montecito? Knight of Cups is our hero who is going to smooth it all and make it all go away. Not because, in my personal opinion, he cares about this particular person, but because that is his role. That, for me, is our dear friend Ted, or not our dear friend, but Meghan's dear friend Ted Sarandos, who is the person who is or has always got the good words, who can always smooth things over, charming, that kind of energy. So Knight of Cups, we can make this go away. We can sweet talk. That's what the Knight of Cups loves to do. Sweet talks, soothes and woos and placates and don't worry. So I think the don't worry has been going to Meghan's energy, and the we'll sort it out energy also seems to be heading in Robin Patrick's direction. That's how I am seeing this. Needing success, we can add Netflix to the people who need this to go very well and have a successful outcome. This With Love Meghan show, we are going to add the Knight of Cups to the world energy there. He is, after all, sitting directly below that world card on this tarot table. So how's this all going to go for Meghan Markle? Is it all going to be swept under the carpet, a nice little settlement paid, and make it all go away quickly, removed from the internet? And really, was there someone who suffered harm? Oh no, not, lots of things have disappeared from the internet over the years. Is this going to disappear quietly, or is it going to become a bit of a problem for little Miss Markle? What is going to happen? Ooh, that to me, Page of Pentacles in reverse, tells me, and this is my personal opinion, of course, that there is going to be a payment to make this go away. It's not going to be a huge payment. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Pentacles is contracts. So a settlement would fall under that umbrella. And it's in reverse, and cards in the reverse, particularly in these royal readings, for me have acquired an energy of secrecy, a little bit hush-hush, stuff we're not meant to know about, but we do know about because we do tarot, and other people do body language and count the numbers of ums and tongue lip licks and stuff like that, and BBC interviews. Page of Pentacles in reverse, a settlement, I think. Smallish, I don't think it's going to be a vast amount. Smallish settlement might possibly be going Robin Patrick's way, even though Meghan's lawyer came out quite scathing and quite savage, and saying that there was no duty of care and it was all on Robin Patrick. She should have read the disclaimer on the packaging, and she was the one responsible for her own injuries. But it looks like Netflix might read the situation differently, might decide just to pay some money. I don't think it's going to come from Meghan, the money. I think it's going to be coming from that Knight of Cups. That is, of course, speculation and my personal opinion. And this little settlement is going to be sent to compensate for whatever harm has been caused, so that we can all have this successful outcome that everybody wants in this situation. So Meghan is a little bit dismayed and didn't see this coming. The person who really has been injured, in my opinion, looking at these cards, is the claimant. That star, I think, how I'm reading this energy is that she really did admire Meghan Markle. She looked up to her. I think she genuinely was a fan. I don't think she's so much of a fan anymore. But this isn't going to be the ruin of Meghan Markle or Netflix or the show with Love Meghan. Not yet, anyway. But that is the reading. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.